Hi everybody, I'm Bree the Plant Lady, and today I want to show you how easy it is to plant your own garlic. Now I'm located in Fuquay-Varina, North Carolina, which is a suburb of Raleigh, so central North Carolina. Recently changed to Zone 8. I'm a little bit off schedule. I usually recommend getting garlic planted here late October, November. Today is New Year's Eve. I did not get my garlic planted, so I am going ahead and taking advantage of this mild day today, getting it in once and for all. On my usual schedule, I usually am harvesting garlic mid-June. Since I'm a month later than usual, I'm anticipating that it might be early to mid-July before the garlic is ready. You'll just have to subscribe and tune in for updates so that we can all learn from this late garlic planting experiment. And today I am planting a hardneck variety of garlic called Music. This is a really great one that I bought from Southern Exposure Seed Exchange. The reason I like it, it has really large cloves, so it's really practical to cook with. Now I'm also going ahead and planting some elephant garlic, which I actually just bought at Wegmans. And the process is exactly the same, but the elephant garlic gets really tall and actually has a really beautiful ornamental flower. So I like to plant these sort of mid to back of the border, allow them to bolt before I actually harvest the bulbs. With the hardneck garlic, you actually don't want to allow it to flower. You want to break off the flower scape so that the plant's energy goes back into bulb production. That way when you do go to harvest it, it looks like a bulb that you would buy at the grocery store. It's a really critical component with hardneck garlic that you remove the flower scape so that the energy doesn't go into flowering and setting seed, but rather bulking up that bulb that's growing in the ground. All right, the process for planting could not be easier. Let me get this camera closer so that you can have an up-close view. All right, I'm gonna start with the Music hardneck garlic, which is a great plant to put along the edge for mammal deterring purposes. So deer and rabbits don't like the smell of the foliage, and voles don't like the smell of the bulb. So you can see I have pulled the cloves apart, and now I just used my hand mattock. Oop, got a garlic planted there already. I am just going to place these in my trench. As you can see, it's just 2 or 3 inches deep. I'm gonna plant them about 2 inches apart, pointy side up, and you leave the paper on. Leave the paper on because this actually acts as an antiseptic and helps reduce issues with disease and rot. And then you can just cover them back up and continue going down the line. And what I really like about this method is that it makes harvest super easy, because when they're ready to be harvested, you just walk along the edge and you yank them out of the ground. They don't need to be planted very deep. You can just cover them back up just like that. I have a few more to be able to put in, so I'm gonna finish out this row, and then I'm gonna show you the elephant garlic. So you can see the elephant garlics are really big. It's the same process. They're also a hardneck garlic, which means they have a flower scape that forms in the middle. Unlike traditional hardneck garlics, you can allow the elephant garlic to flower. It's a very noisy day in my neighborhood. So there is a single clove. It's quite large. And instead of planting these in a row, I'm just gonna kind of scatter them throughout. So just dig an individual hole. And I'm not gonna cover them up until I get them all planted. That way I actually see where all my holes are. So again, this is the perfect thing to use your hand mattock for. And I do want to note, garlic does best in relatively rich soil, which you can see I have created here by using Soil Cube. It also likes full sun. So you're gonna have much better success growing garlic in a lot more sun than shade. So locate your sunniest areas and focus growing your garlic there. I really like the elephant garlic because so many bulbs don't do well here in North Carolina. You know, things like tulips get eaten in a skinny minute, and allium aren't very reliable, like allium schubertii and things. So it's nice to be able to grow garlic, which you can also eat, but provides you this great ornamental element as well. Well, I still have some more garlic to plant. I have Intellium Red, which is Softneck variety, and these actually feel pretty good. So I need to make sure I get these in the ground ASAP. I have some Softneck varieties that I don't know the names of because these are things that I collected from last summer and have been waiting to plant. Need to take advantage of that. And then I've got some really tiny garlics. And really these aren't always the best for planting because they're so small, but I'm gonna go ahead and get those planted as well, if for no other reason to help deter those mammals, deer, rabbits, and voles. And as you can see here, I've just dug a small line across the front of the bed, and I put in those those Softneck garlics, not very deep, skin on, full sun. And then here you can see some garlics that I missed harvesting last year that are starting to grow back. And this is actually a great thing to be able to do with the really small cloves that I have here. As an example, these really small cloves, they might not make the best harvest next year, but the following year, they will bulk up. So it's worth planting and treating them like perennials. And they're easy to transplant. So I actually dug these up and moved them here so that I've got a good barrier started, and it should just be a couple of weeks before these start to sprout and grow vegetatively for the rest of the winter. So I do hope this video about planting garlic will inspire you. It may not be too late. I'm not gonna say that it's not too late. I have no idea. This is the latest I've ever planted garlic, but we have nothing but knowledge to gain from yet another wonderful experiment in the garden. Well, thanks so much for watching, and happy gardening, everybody.